There's like so much more important stuff to talk about than sneakers, but we're going to do a little bit of both today. Yeah, so today we're going to have a little bit of a deeper conversation, I think, just with everything in light of what's going on. I'm not trying to, change anybody's mind on anything or bring any new pieces of information to anybody, but honestly, I've seen stuff over the past few days and I really could not stop what I think that I would like to say on this channel, because it is a platform and you should use your platforms for good. But before we get into the deep stuff, we'll get into the very shallow stuff. I did end up getting the 1.0, that triple white. I'm very happy with this shoe. It kind of sucks that everything's going on at this time, because while I'm really happy that I have this shoe, it's really not important, and it's not really anything that you guys haven't really seen yet. Like, you have the cream and the white, and it's an Ultra Boost, and it's just a triple white 1.0, so it's got the new Continental tread on it. I got these on resale. I did miss out on the release, but I think it was like $40 maybe over retail, so it really wasn't too bad. Got them sent. They 100% legit. I don't really know if anybody faked these. Yeah, 100% legit. Really happy with them. Glad that they are here. But another thing we had gotten too, I had this, and this is from, let me put these over here. But this was from Singapore. That was where I ordered this from. So let's see how it got. This thing took like 3 months to get here. If you ever order anything from Asia and if you don't pay ridiculous shipping costs like I did with the Hangul 1.0s, you're gonna have to wait like forever. It did get here, so that's cool. We have this Slickies, I think is Slickies is where I got this from. But it's an acrylic finisher and a white pen. I have my Washington 1.0s that have a stain on them that drives me insane. So we're gonna try these out here in a little bit, and we're gonna see how much we like them. I'm pretty excited to try these out because there are some shoes that have some goofs on them. I'm not big into repainting soles. I think, Boost will just get dirty and there's nothing you can really do about it. But when it is a shoe like that and it's like one small problem and the rest of the shoe is fine, I did get that with the intention to fix it. So that's cool. But that is that. So let's actually get in to, I guess, what the real part and point of this video is, and that is everything that's been going on. Obviously, I don't have to tell you what's going on, because if you have any form of social media, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But protesting and rioting and looting and society on a complete downspin, and I really can't blame anybody that gets mad and wants to go do something like that. But you also have to remember that there are always repercussions and there's always a ripple effect from your actions. That's kind of what this is. It's more in a vein that I would say that I don't at all believe that people who are standing there peacefully protesting are in the wrong. I think what they're doing is completely right. I think it's completely justified, and they have nothing but support from me. People that are breaking into buildings and stealing shit, that's kind of a different topic. I think that I can't blame a kid, because it's mostly who it is younger people that are doing this. I can't blame you for being mad and not knowing what to do. I can't blame you for getting violent, and that's the only way. If you've gone so long without being heard, usually your brain would tell you do something crazy, and then people will listen to you, which is really true. Unfortunately, in society today, I think that is usually how you get attention, is just to be louder than the people around you. And I absolutely, like I said earlier, I completely support why people are out there. I think police in this country are terribly trained, most of them. There's a lot, and they say, there's a lot of good cops. There's a lot of bad cops, though. This shit would not keep happening if they were all great. It wouldn't happen. I'm the grandson of a police officer, but I also am the grandson of a police officer who had a lot of prejudice. So I always have been raised as it's being corrected through my raising and through my parents, and that racism, while it is not something we like to talk about, it is something that is still very prevalent in our culture today. And for a society, at least in what we consider ourselves modern times, we do seem pretty primitive at times, and we do seem pretty it's like de-evolving. Like we're going back into a primal state of you look like this, you look like that, we different. Like it just sounds stupid when you say it like that, and it makes you realize how dumb a lot of these arguments that we've had in this country ever since it started. And people always want to take it back to the 60s. This shit was going on. The first step that people came here, the first steps that, you know, the pioneers came and they looked in and they were like, oh, look, there's all these Native Americans. Let's remove them. So this country is, while it is a great place to live and I love being here, I do not look away from what we've done wrong. As, you know, as a person that is European descent, I love my heritage, but at the same time, I know what we did when we came over here. And there is people that will never let it go, and they really don't have a reason that they need to let it go. And that, I think it just boils over. And all we can really do is try and make ourselves a lot better and try and respond to, I think, violence and anger with at least understanding. I think that's the first step. It's not to go out and arrest all these people and fire tear gas into protests. No, I think the powers that be need to just fucking listen and understand where the anger comes from, why people feel the way that they feel. But I'm not an expert, and I will never claim that this channel is a political thing that I know all the answers, because I really don't. I cannot tell you what will fix this. All I can say is what I can do is, you know, make sure that my neighbor is okay and make sure that, you know, the people in my life are being taken care of, and people that I care for, that they're not being, you know, discriminated against. And even if they are being discriminated against, you best believe your ass I'm going to say something to the person who's doing it. I cannot and will not let people just be how they want to be when it is detrimental and it hurts other people physically, emotionally, spiritually. You know, it's such a hard thing to be your brother's keeper, but in the end of the day, man, it's really all you have is making sure people look out for you. So that's really kind of that. The last thing I wanted to point out, at least on the sneaker side of things, and it does go in the same vein, I'm sure if you guys are kind of up to date with everything, this is kind of like a personal thing for me, was I was absolutely disgusted with everything I saw that had happened in round 2 in Richmond, round 2 in LA, all these stores that are there trying to perpetuate a culture. And this is kind of where I'm going to get probably a little ranty in this, is I live in Radford, Virginia right now, and Radford is probably about 3 hours away from Richmond. So the Richmond round 2, I've been to that store. I've sold stuff to that store. I love going to that place. I love traveling to Richmond, and that's one of the main reasons I go there. And, you know, I woke up yesterday and got my phone out, and I knew that riots had been happening in Richmond. I knew it was happening near Broad Street. I knew that it was going to go get kind of crazy, and you can't, like I said, I don't blame people for getting upset. I don't blame any protester for going out in the streets and speaking your opinion and telling a cop in a riot gear suit to go fuck himself because that makes you feel better. I absolutely 100% agree with that. But when you break into a place that has done nothing but help culture and has helped kind of, I guess, it assimilates people into it to where people from many different backgrounds have one thing that we all agree on, and that's that we love sneakers, we love sportswear, we love memorabilia, we like our past, we like our nostalgia. Like, that place was built with so much love and so much care for the community that it is in. I'm so over the culture. I'm so over this because kids have no fucking respect towards this stuff. Adults don't have any respect towards this stuff. People just do not care anymore. And that was the biggest issue that I had with that, is knowing that, you know, everything that Sean and them had done is really, they have to start all over. And, you know, like, he's even posted out on his Instagram, and I'd like give Sean so much fucking credit for at least not wanting to blow up on social media and just, you know, tell people probably how he really feels. But to see people just busting into a place and stealing shit because, you know, it's an opportunity to take things, it's really appalling. And I think that if you shop at that store and if you stole something, Virgil Abloh commented on it and he said it perfectly. Like, next time you walk by Sean, fucking hang your head low, because, like, you know that what you did. They may never prosecute you, you may never get in trouble, but by God, you will fucking live with shame the next time you walk in that place, because you know what you did, and I hope it eats you alive. Because it's a group of people that built a place and have built a business and put it in multiple places purely for kids to be able to have an opportunity to possibly make a little bit of money if they wanted to resell something, or if they wanted to buy something that they wouldn't have to go super crazy resale prices. They did this for a group of people that eventually will turn around and will stab him in the back and take all of his shit, and they don't care about it because the world is apathetic. And the real thing I fear is, you know, in 6 months, how many of those kids fucking bring back the shit they stole, trying to resell it, trying to screw these people over again. That shit is pathetic. And I think if anybody is out there, if you are doing this stuff, you should really take a long, hard look at yourself, because you have so many things in life that are bigger than what's happening right now. You have your health, you have your wealth, you have your prosperity, but at the same day, if you throw it all down the drain just because you're angry, you wasted everything that people have built up for you. And you know, people may watch this video and they go, you know, you don't have any right to talk about, you know, black culture or any type of, you know, thing that comes from that. And I would say, yeah, you may have a point on that, but I have always been raised to respect black culture and to look at it as something that should be protected in the United States, because it is truly American. Black culture is truly American. If you go anywhere else in the world, you will notice that there is a difference. If you ask any person that went to war overseas, they didn't care if you were white, they didn't care if you were black, they didn't care about any of that. They just cared that you were American. And that's the issue, is people are setting this up, and it's the media that helps set all this up for us to hate each other and for us to take advantage of each other and for us to get mad at each other, when really what we need to be doing is loving one another and looking out for each other and making sure that someone who may be different than you is still okay. And I think that's really, you know, for instance, I've said before, I love living in the South. The South is one of the greatest places in the world to me, because people that actually have moved past judgment and past racism and past all this other bullshit that just clouds everything. We have such a good culture down here, and we have such a good lifestyle down here that we take a lot of pride in. And we don't like racist assholes telling me that I can't hang out with my black friends. And we don't like, you know, fucking homophobic people telling me I can't have gay friends or anything like that. I find beauty in all people, and I'm very proud of the people I surround myself with. But I'm not proud of some people that take advantage of a culture that has used black culture for a lot of different people and has brought a lot of positivity to people throughout the entire world, through what started in this country, what we developed, and now what we're curating and trying to bring out to people. I did want to add to this. I didn't say it originally, but I don't want this point to not be made clear. I am in no way, shape, or form one of these people that believes that property is more valuable than any life or anything like that. So please, if you got that vibe from this, that's not at all really what I meant by this. It's just a shame that businesses, you know, sometimes are collateral damage in a time of when this stuff kind of happens. But I just hope you guys are doing well. I don't really want too much bullshit, so just stay safe. Positive thing, make sure you love each other. Make sure that you guys are looking after each other. We'll get through. I'll do another video about the paint. We'll get one on that, and then I'll do probably a more detailed review of the white 1.0s. But this is just something I wanted to get off my chest. But I hope you guys are doing okay, and I hope you guys are staying safe. But yeah, so God bless, and don't be an asshole. All right.